In the town where I live, thoughts clink like wine glasses announcing the day's banquet. L'chaim, they exult, as our thoughts grab their piece of bread from the town center and waft over modern office buildings past the old wood bridge and skim the lower roofs searching for butter. In our town, butter melts easily like our collective will. It melts across the sky, down the narrow streets and onto the bay. So naturally, our thoughts get confused. Naturally, our thoughts get confused. Our thoughts get confused, naturally. They get confused. They look up and down and sigh as only thoughts can, not knowing where they begin and another thought ends. Not knowing where they begin and another thought ends. Not knowing where they begin and another thought ends. Not knowing where they begin and another thought ends. So of course this situation makes us somewhat protective. We find we need to have a kind of practice. We find we need to have another kind of practice. We find we need to have another kind of practice, so our thoughts don't run away from us. Strike up unsupervised relationships. You see, we've trained our thoughts in our rooms so they get confused when they leave the house. They get especially confused when they see the sea. My particular practice starts by walking to the corner. There, underneath the big highway, my thoughts can still see the water, but they sense my resolve. At the corner, I walk into the store to buy a newspaper, and really, I just go to say hello to the guy who runs the joint that I call Maestro. I say, Maestro, hey Maestro. And the Maestro smiles and clutters somewhere between the cloth syrup and the cash register, and he calls me back, Maestro, hey Maestro, right back, Maestro, that Maestro. You see, knowledge that the morning's symphony, morning's symphony, has two maestros. Tends to relax my thoughts. So they begin to ignore the water and look back towards the city. In any case, all of us in the town where I live, all of us spend our days working hard to keep our thoughts from sailing so far out into the bay they lose themselves in the ocean. In general, we do okay. We do a decent job. We do okay. But when night comes, it's a whole new ball game. When night comes, it's a whole new ball game. When night comes, And some days when our thoughts come back to visit, they tell the craziest stories. I'm telling you, craziest stories about what's out there. Then out of the blue, you never know when. Just right out of the blue. Some days, sometimes, every once in a while, some days, our thoughts come back to visit. And on those days when our thoughts come back to visit, they tell the craziest stories about what's out there. Terrifying stuff.